might just beat the odds. Originally built in 1870, Atlantic Cities was the first beachside boardwalk in the United States. It's made up of 216,000 planks of wood and runs for over 4 miles. The earliest boardwalk was made of cedar, a wood so fragile it was dismantled and put into storage every winter to keep it out of the elements. The modern boardwalk is much tougher. Beginning in 1990, many sections were replaced with a South American hardwood called ipe, or Brazilian walnut. It's naturally resistant to insects, rot, and mold. It's one of the world's densest woods, with fibers packed so tightly it has the same fire rating as concrete. In June 2007, a fire that started under the boardwalk tore through local businesses. Some sections of the boardwalk, the parts made of pine, were destroyed. The hardwood was barely touched. A hurricane is on its way up the coast towards Atlantic City.
The big one's coming in sometime in the next 100 years.
Much of the boardwalk is already buried under sand, but in the exposed sections, wind buffets the durable South American hardwood that has survived the years intact. Corroded metal fasteners weaken as the winds increase, and whole sections of the boardwalk are ready to give way.
Portions of the boardwalk will break up and become battering rams.
Seawater floods the buildings, soaking their framework with a heavy solution of salt that remains behind long after the storm ends.
The salt that's left behind sucks the water out of the air. The supports, now subject to salt, will constantly be re-wetted and corrode much faster than the rest of the structure. Since they're subjected to the heaviest loads, they'll start to fail, one by one, in a progressive failure. First one, then a second. After the first one goes, nothing will probably happen. But when the second and third columns go, you'll start to have what amounts to be a demolition of a building by explosives, but in slow motion, because only half of the building will fall, and then the middle, then the other half.